Last year, the head of data at a big logistic company called us. His previous partner has just delivered their Databricks implementation. It cost him $300,000, and the outcome? Not a single dashboard his business could actually use. He was like, guys, I don't even know what we paid for. That story is more common than anyone in the industry wants to admit. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why it keeps happening. What separates the partners that deliver real business impact from the ones that deliver a slide deck and disappear. And I also will give you a 10-point checklist so you never make such a costly mistake. We have compiled a ranked list of the top 8 Databricks partners operating in Europe right now. I'll walk you through each one, their strengths, their honest gaps, and I'll tell you exactly why we put Cosmos Thrace at number 1, even though I know how that sounds coming from me. Stick around, because the reason might surprise you. Here is something the Databricks ecosystem doesn't want you to know. The technical gap between certified Databricks partners is almost non-existent. Everyone on the partner directory can implement a medallion architecture. Everyone can set up a Unity catalog. So if the technical skills are roughly equal, why do some implementations create genuine business transformation while others create expensive, unmaintainable systems that the internal team hates? The answer is not the technology. It is in the relationship. It is in how they work with you. And that's almost impossible to find on a partner profile page. Let me come back to that logistics company. When we dug into what happened with the previous partner, the technical work was actually there. The code was clean. The architecture was sound. But their partner had never once asked, who is going to use this? What decisions does it need to power? They built what was scoped, not what was needed. They closed the project on time and they disappeared. That logistics company came to us with a $300,000 sunk cost, and we spent the first month not building anything new. We spent it understanding their actual business questions. We didn't submit a single line of code until we could answer what decision does this dashboard enable that the leadership team cannot make today. The best Databricks partner isn't the one with the most certification. It's the one that keeps asking questions after the contract is signed. So before I walk you through the top 8 partners, I want to give you the framework. There are 2 dimensions you need to evaluate any Databricks partner on. Dimension 1, technical capability, Unity catalog governance, medallion architecture, generative AI readiness, FinOps discipline, Lakehouse ETL. Every decent partner should be able to do this. Dimension 2, partnership quality. And this is where 90% of buyers do zero due diligence. Ask these questions before you sign anything. 1, do they suggest what needs to be done, or just do what they are told? Who is actually working on your project 6 months in? The senior team or the juniors? 3, can they show you a client who has been with them for 3+ years? Why are they still there? 4, have they ever told the client they were wrong about something mid-project? And 5, what does a bad engagement look like for them? And can they give you an example? The last question, the one about bad engagements, is the most important one. And later in this video, I'll tell you the answer we give. It's not what you would expect. Alright, let's get into the list. These are the 8 Databricks partners I believe are worth seriously evaluating in Europe in 2026. I'll be direct about each one, including ourselves, because if I'm going to earn your trust, it has to start with honesty, not with marketing. At number 8, Xebia. Strong technical brand, serious training capabilities across 16 countries. If you need consistent, structured delivery across a global footprint, Xebia is worth a conversation. The gap, at their scale, you might find yourself managing the engagement more than you'd like. At number 7, EPAM. Deep engineering focus. They have built their own smart migration toolset specifically for Databricks. If you are migrating a complex legacy system and need engineering muscle, EPAM delivers. The gap, EPAM's strength is engineering. If you need a strategic data advisor, look elsewhere. At number 6, Devoteam. They have built a genuine specialist identity inside the Databricks ecosystem. 25+ countries, strong EMEA Coverage. If your data landscape is geographically distributed, they are well positioned. The gap scale can come at the cost of the personal attention your project deserves. At number 5, this one might surprise you. Dateonic. 100% certified team. Perfect client ratings in Poland. Smaller than the others on the list, but their NPS scores suggest something the big guys don't always have. Clients who are actually happy. If you're operating in Central Europe, Dateonic is worth a serious look. Now we get to the global giants. And I'll be honest, if size and brand name matter to your procurement process, they should be in your list. Capgemini at 4, extraordinary scale. Complex, large-scale migrations are where they shine. If you have a multi-year, multi-country Databricks rollout, Capgemini can absorb that scope. The honest gap, in our experience, the bigger the integrator, the more layers between you and the person actually making decisions about your project. Deloitte at 3, mature methodology. Their migration factory approach brings structure that some organizations genuinely need. The honest gap, maturity can mean rigidity. If your data environment is complex and rapidly evolving, a factory model may not serve you as well. Accenture at 2, they have Brick Builder, industry-specific solution accelerators built on Databricks. If you are in financial services, healthcare, or manufacturing and want industry-specific templates, Accenture has done a lot of that work already. The honest gap, you are paying for scale. Make sure you need that scale before you buy it, which brings us to number 1. So, why are we number 1 on the list? Not because of our certifications, though we have all the ones that matter. Not because of our architecture methodology, though it's battle tested. Because of 3 things that are genuinely hard to find in the industry. First, we are proactive by design. We don't wait for you to tell us what needs doing. We show up to every sprint review with ideas that weren't in the original scope, because we are always asking, what does this client actually need to make better decisions? Second, we are consistent from day 1 to day 90. No bait and switch. The same people who sold you the engagement are working on your project. The same quality of thinking in month 6 as in month 1. We hear from clients all the time that other partners become distracted or disengaged after the honeymoon phase. We have built our culture specifically to prevent that. Third, we go the extra mile with an extra smile. And before you roll your eyes at that, here is what it actually means in practice. The average technology engagement ends when the project ends. Our client relationships outlast the projects because we define success differently. Not by delivery, but by actual business impact. We don't close a project until we have seen it change how a real decision gets made. Now, even if you are considering us, I want you to run every partner through this checklist, including Cosmos Thrace, because if we can't pass this, you shouldn't work with us. And if another partner can pass this better than us, you should work with them. This is the 10-point partner vetting framework. Point 1, directory status. Are they an official Databricks partner? Certifications. Ask for a certified bench, data engineers, ML professionals. Verify names, not just numbers. Return on investment evidence. Not case studies with project summaries. Case studies with actual metrics. Cost savings, query performance, time to insight improvements. Point 4, industry expertise. Do they understate your sector's regulatory and data complexity? Don't settle for generic. 5, end-to-end coverage. Can they go from strategy to long-term optimization without handing you off to another vendor? Point 6, client references. Not written references, direct conversations. Ask what was hard, how did they handle it? Point 7, cost discipline. How do they approach FinOps? If they can't explain cluster right sizing and auto-termination policies immediately, that's a warning sign. Point 8, proactiveness. In the first discovery call, do they tell you things you didn't know, or do they just confirm what you have already said? Point 9, cultural fit. This is subjective but real. Do you leave the first meeting feeling hurt or sold to? Point 10, long-term thinking. Ask them directly. How do you define success for an engagement? Run this checklist for every partner, including us. If you are serious about getting data right, this is the minimum due diligence. We are coming to the end of this video, so here's what I want to leave you with. Your data is not a technology problem, it's a business intelligence problem. The enterprises that get this right in the next 3 years, the ones that build governed AI-ready data foundations now, are going to have a competitive advantage that will be almost impossible to close. The ones that don't, they will be buying more consultants, rebuilding the same architecture and asking the same question in 2028 that they are asking in 2026. Why can't we trust our own data? You are watching this video because you are serious about getting it right. That matters. The decision you make about your Databricks partner will determine whether your data becomes a strategic asset or an expensive liability. If you find this useful, if this framework helps you ask better questions of every partner you evaluate, please subscribe. We put out content like this often, not product announcements, not fluff, practical frameworks from our work with real enterprises. The kind of content that helps you make better decisions, whether or not you ever work with us. And if you are currently evaluating Databricks partners, or you have an existing implementation that isn't delivering what you expect, the best first step is a health check. We'll look at your architecture, your governance, your AI readiness, and tell you exactly what's working and what needs to change. In plain language, no slide deck, no upsell. The link to book is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'm Mladen Vachkov, Marketing Director at Cosmos Thrace. We are a Databricks Select partner based in Bulgaria, working with enterprises across Europe. And we go the extra mile with an extra smile.